Good day everyone, I am Brother Baring and today I will be presenting my topic entitled Water Masses in the Ocean. This presentation will discuss what water masses are, how they are formed, how they are distributed across the ocean's world, and their role in thermohaline circulation in the global conveyor belt. Objectives. For this presentation, we have three main objectives. First, to clarify water masses based on their temperature, salinity, and density characteristics. Second, to explain how water masses are formed and distributed across the world's oceans. And lastly, to evaluate the role of water masses in thermohaline circulation in the global conveyor belt. Introduction. Water masses are large bodies of seawater that have distinct physical properties, primarily temperature, salinity, and density. These characteristics are acquired at the surface of the ocean where the water masses forms, and they remain relatively consistent as the water moves through the ocean. Water masses are commonly classified based on depth and formation regions such as surface water masses, intermediate water masses, and deep water masses. Ug kuan nga additional nga clarification sa masayon nga pagsabot, ang water masses kay dako nga volume sa seawater nga naa siya kaparehas nga characteristics. Bisan pag muliyok siya padto sa lahi nga lugar sa ocean, dala gyapon niya iyang original nga temperature ug salinity. Ang kanibang sa picture ng explanation kay ang picture kay show siya og different layers of water masses in the ocean such as surface, intermediate, and deep water masses. Makita po nimo sa picture nga ang ocean na siya layers ug ang kada layer niya kay nailay-laing temperature, salinity ug density. Classification of water masses based on temperature, salinity, and density. Temperature refers to how warm or how cold the seawater. It is one of the primary factors used to classify water masses. Ocean temperature varies depending on latitude, depth, and seasonal conditions. Surface waters in tropical and equatorial regions receive more solar radiation, making them warmer. Water near polar regions receive less sunlight and are influenced by colder atmospheric temperatures. As water cools, its density increases, causing it to sink beneath warmer surface water. Additional clarification. Kung nata sa equator o sa polar regions, kusog ang init sa adlaw, maong mas init ang tubig sa surface. Pero kung nata sa polar regions, gamay ra ang sunlight, mao nga mas bugna ang tubig. Kung mabugna ang tubig, musink siya sa ubos tungod kay musaka ang density. Kung ganapong sa picture nga explanation kay the picture shows how temperature differs in different parts of the ocean. Makita nga mas init ang tubig sa equatorial areas ug mas bugnaw ang tubig sa polar regions tungod sa difference sa solar. Salinity refers to the concentration of dissolved salts in seawater. It is usually measured in parts per thousand or ppt, and the average salinity of seawater is about 35 ppt. Several factors influence salinity, including evaporation, precipitation, river runoff, and sea ice formation. Changes in salinity affect the density of seawater and influence the movement of water masses. additional nga clarification. Pananglitan, kung taas ang evaporation, kay mawala man ang fresh water ana, mao nga mosaka ang salinity. Kung daghan ang ulan o river runoff, madugangan ang fresh water, mao nga maubos ang salinity. Kana pong kanang sa picture kay kanang picture nag-show po siya process that influence salinity such as evaporation, precipitation, river runoff, in sea ice formation. Makita po sa picture nga kung ang evaporation ang mahitabo mosaka ang salinity.
Wow, dali na yung amigas oh.
Tamis ito ah.
Density.
Tamis kitong po.
Density is a key factor that determines the vertical structure of the ocean. It is mainly controlled by temperature and salinity. Cold and salty water is denser and tends to sink, while warm and less salty water remains near the surface. Additional clarification. Ang ocean, naa siya kanang layer sa tubig, surface water kasagaran warm ug light, samtang ang deep water kasagaran cold ug dense. Ang kana pong kan sa picture, the picture shows how dense water sinks below lighter water, forming layers in the ocean. Makita ra ang cold dense water nasa ubos ug ang warm nasa ibabaw. Formation and distribution of water masses. Formation of water masses. Surface cooling. In high latitude regions, surface water loses heat to the atmosphere. As the water cools, its density increases, causing it to sink and from deeper water masses. Evaporation. In some regions, high evaporation rates remove fresh water from the ocean surface, increasing salinity and density. This process can contribute formation of dense water masses. Sea ice formation. When seawater freezes to form sea ice, most of the salt is rejected into the surrounding water. This process is known as brine rejection. Increases the salinity and density of nearby water, causing it to sink. Mixing processes. Wind driven mixing and turbulence can also contribute to the formation of water masses by blending water properties with
Awkward ka.
ang surface cooling. Cold water loses heat ug mosink din siya sa deep ocean. Sa evaporation, kay mosaka ang salinity ug density sa tubig. Ang sa sea ice formation, magpataas sa salinity sa surrounding water ug kuan siya mas dense tas mosink din siya. Mixing, mabulag ug magblend ang tubig sa surface. Number 2, Antarctic intermediate water. It is formed near the Antarctic polar front, negative 40 to negative 55 degrees. Occupies intermediate depths, negative 1,000 to negative 2,000 meter. Spreads northward in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. Picture explanation. The picture shows how Atlantic intermediate water forms near the Antarctic polar front and spreads towards other oceans. In this diagram, we can see that the water forms near Antarctica. It does not sink to the bottom but stays at intermediate depth around 1,000 to 2,000 meters. After forming, it moves northward and spreads into the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. Kuan siya anang importante ni siya kay naghatod og oxygen ug nutrients sa middle part sa ocean nga makatabang sa mga kuan kaning marine organisms. Role of water masses in the thermohaline circulation in the global conveyor belt. In the global conveyor belt. Antarctic bottom water. Densest and coldest water means in the ocean. Forms near Antarctica, Weddell Sea and Ross Sea when very cold water sinks. Flow, Flows northward along the ocean floor below 4,000 meter deep. This diagram shows how Antarctic bottom water forms and spreads in the ocean floor. From the image, we can observe that extremely cold water forms near Antarctica. This water becomes very dense due to low temperature and high salinity. Because it's very dense, it sinks to the deepest part of the ocean floor. Then it flows slowly northward along the bottom of the ocean basins. Mao ni ang pinaka-deep o pinakabugnaw nga tubig sa kalibutan. Thermohaline circulation. It comes from the word thermo is heat and haline is salt. Begins when dense water forms in polar regions where water becomes cold and salty. Cold, salty water is dense, so it sinks into the deep ocean. Sinking dense water pulls in surface water, creating deep ocean currents and that connect all the world's ocean. Picture explanation. The picture shows how thermohaline circulation works as a continuous movement of ocean water. In the diagram, cold, dense water is shown sinking in polar regions. Ang warm water kay kuan siya gikan siya sa equator ug mudagayday na siya paingon sa poles. Deep currents flow through the ocean after the water sinks. Some of the deep water eventually kay kanang musaka balik sa surface pinaagi sa upwelling. Sharp.
Lin, hulog na mo?
Sa kay Paul.
Global conveyor belt refers to the overall pathway or pattern of thermohaline circulation. This circulation connects the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Southern Oceans. It describes how water moves through different ocean basins in a continuous loop. The general processes includes number 1, deep water formation in the North Atlantic. 2, deep currents flowing south toward Antarctica. 3, mixing with Antarctic bottom water. 4, deep water moving into the Indian and Pacific Oceans. 5, gradual upwelling where deep water slowly rises back to the surface. 6, surface currents carrying warm water back toward the Atlantic Ocean. Ako na ang main explanation jud kay the global conveyor belt refers to the overall pathway of thermohaline circulation that connects all major oceans. It shows how water moves in a continuous loop across the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Southern Oceans. The complete cycle can take around 1,000 years. Ang kwan po ng picture explanation ni. The picture shows the global movement of ocean currents forming a loop around the Earth. From the diagram, ang water gikan sa equator moadto sa North Atlantic. In that region, the water becomes colder and saltier, then sinks. The cold deep water then flows toward Antarctica. It mixes with Antarctic bottom water and spreads into the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Over time, deep water rises through upwelling. Then surface bring warm water back again, completing the cycle. Simple way to understand the relationship between water masses, thermohaline circulation, in the global conveyor belt. Base lang sa akong nasabtan, ang water masses kay dakong parte sa tubig sa dagat nga na specific na mga characteristics sama sa temperature, salinity ug density. These properties determine how water behaves in the ocean. Kung ang tubig mubugnaw ug musulti, mahimo siyang mas bugat. Mao nga musink siya samtang ang mas init ug dili kayo sulti nga tubig kay magpabilin ra sa ibabaw. Kini nga kalainan sa density mao ang hinungdan sa movement sa tubig sa dagat. Kini nga movement mao ang nag-form sa thermohaline circulation nga nag-connect sa tanang oceans ug naghimo sa global conveyor belt. Usa ka padayon nga cycle nga nag-distribute sa kainit, nutrients ug tubig sa tibuok kalibutan. So, ang overall, ang temperature o salinity makapekto siya sa density. O ang density mao'y nagkontrol sa movement sa tubig sa kaning in the global ocean.